Welcome to a video where I shall rank the top 5 best zombies in BFN. Due to how BFN works, every character featured in this video will have my personal builds on them, which will not be the sole purpose for the video. If you are deeply offended by my opinion, feel free to cry about it towards another content creator. Let's get started. In 5th place, we have the Imp Zmech. The Imp himself may not be the best at unloading huge amounts of damage or getting anything done really, but it is his knight in shining armor, the almighty Zmech, that carries him up to 5th place, complete with 350 health, 15% damage resistance, as well as some very powerful tools at its disposal. The Zmech can very easily win most one-on-one fights without having much trouble at all. However, it only manages up to 5th place, for whilst the mech may be able to hold its own ground, the Imp himself generally suffers from a poor time to kill and general lack of survivability. In 4th place, we have the Wizard. The Wizard is a very powerful being, capable of dishing out quite a bit of damage, and can control objectives and choke points using his secondary fire. He also has access to some very powerful pieces of utility, such as making his allies invincible, or by summoning several magic fuck-off balls that omen and deal a ton of damage. And he can ride allies to not only give them armor, but to provide them with additional firepower, as well as allowing them to see through walls. The Wizard manages up to 4th place, for whilst he might have very powerful utility, the Wizard does fare rather poorly in close range fights and can very easily be overwhelmed if caught. In 3rd place, we have the Scientist. Whilst the Scientist may not exactly be the killing machine he once was during Garden Warfare 2, he more than makes up for it by being an extremely powerful healer with his heal spray, not only capable of healing multiple allies at once, but it can also provide a heal over time effect, and it can go through walls. His warp also allows him to very easily escape every situation ever with a single button press, making him extremely versatile with his sticky healy thingy, also providing a huge burst of healing that can either be used for himself or his allies. Scientist manages to reach 3rd place, for whilst he lacks in actual killing potential and damage output, he makes up for it with a shit ton of healing capabilities. In 2nd place, we have Super Brains. Super Brains offers extremely high damage output at close range, thanks to his fists not only having the potential to do 107 damage per combo, but they also heal him slightly, allowing him to sustain himself in one-on-one fights. Super Brains also has access to a shield that grants him enhanced mobility when held up, making it effective for initiating fights or to escape them. Lastly, his set of abilities arguably makes him one of the best characters to play aggressive with, using Hyper Thump Jump to set up a chain reaction of kills with your Turbo Twister with an Ultra Ball for those targets just out of reach. Super Brains manages up to 2nd place, as whilst he has the potential to be extremely powerful, what holds him back is his inconsistent hit detection. And in 1st place, we have the All-Star. The All-Star in my eyes is an upgraded version of the Foot Soldier, complete with 200 health and a primary that has significantly better stats, with it having infinite ammo, faster rate of fire, and much higher damage per shot in comparison. All-Star also has access to a trio of abilities that not only make him rather dangerous to approach, but also generally aid him in his performance. Imp Punt may not be as bullshit as it once was, but it still has a very generous splash radius and can still hit a decent 100 damage. Sprint Tackle can not only be used for a quick burst of 75 damage, but it can also be used to quickly speed ghost across choke points, allowing for very easy surprise attacks and to cover a lot of ground in a moment's notice. And lastly, his dummy shield allows him to protect both himself and his teammates with a massive dome shield that can absorb up to 300 damage, which in some cases is more than enough for the All-Star to take advantage of it. This concludes the video where I rank the top 5 best zombies in BFN. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.